8 years ago, my brother stole my fiancé. At our mother's funeral, he mocked me. Until I introduced my wife. Ghosts in the Rain. Had been 8 years. 8 years since I last laid eyes on my brother Marcus. 8 years since the day I walked into my Manhattan condo and found him pressed against my then-fiancée Vanessa. The same Vanessa I met at a charity gala in Soho. The woman who once told me she'd follow me to the ends of the earth. The woman who spent 2 years pretending to plan our wedding, only to vanish 1 week before the ceremony. All she left behind was a 3-word note on my dresser. "It's your brother." No fight. No closure. Just betrayal and silence. So I disappeared. Walked away from the life I built in New York. Changed my name, my business, everything. No revenge. No theatrics. Just complete detachment. Until today. Our mother had passed. The funeral was held on a gray, rain-slick morning in rural Connecticut. The cemetery was quiet, save for the soft crunch of wet gravel as someone approached from behind. I didn't have to turn around. The smug voice was unmistakable. "Poor you, still alone at 40, Marcus sneered behind me. "I got the girl, the fortune, and the mansion." Turned slowly. There he stood, taller, wealthier looking, dressed in an obnoxious designer coat, and grinning like a fox in a henhouse. His arm was looped around Vanessa, who looked like she hadn't aged a day. Polished, perfect, and poisonous. She lifted her left hand, flaunting a diamond big enough to shame a chandelier. "Still single," she cooed. I smiled faintly. "Have you met my wife yet?" Confusion clouded their faces. From the black SUV behind me, the passenger door opened. Heels tapped gently on the stone. A woman emerged, poised, confident, dressed in black like a queen at war. She joined me at my side. Marcus's smirk fell apart. Vanessa's lips parted in disbelief. Because standing beside me was Isabel, the woman Marcus once humiliated at his corporate retreat, the same assistant he fired without cause to make room for Vanessa's cousin. "This," I said smoothly, "is my wife. You might remember her. You made sure she left your company in tears." Isabel extended a hand to Vanessa, her smile razor-sharp. "Vanessa, last time we spoke, you told me I wasn't fit to share the same room as your future husband. How's that going?" Vanessa blinked, speechless. Marcus looked like he'd swallowed a lit cigar. They had no idea how deep the trap already went. Set up. Marcus struggled to mask his panic. "You married her," smiled. "The same woman who worked behind the scenes while you played puppet master. The same woman you dismissed, mocked, and underestimated." I leaned in slightly. "She's now CFO of a logistics firm you've been trying to buy into for the past 2 years. His voice caught. "That's not possible." Isabel tilted her head. "It's not just possible. It's already happening." They still didn't get it. But they would soon. Because 8 years ago, after Vanessa's betrayal, I'd moved to Seattle under a new name and started from scratch. Quietly. Patiently. That's where I met Isabel. Brilliant, overlooked, and burning with quiet ambition. I hired her first as a consultant, then as a partner. We spent sleepless nights growing what started as a small freight company into a national logistics powerhouse. We didn't fall in love overnight. It was forged, in trust, respect, and strategy. And now, we owned the very firm Marcus had been begging to invest in. Only we weren't begging. We were watching. Waiting. Justice delivered. The funeral ended. The whispers had already begun. Marcus kept checking his phone, glancing nervously at Vanessa. "Check my watch. You might want to check your inbox before the reception." He scoffed. "More theatrics." "No," I said. "Just closure." At the hotel, Isabel and I opened a bottle of wine. Not to celebrate. To mark the end of something long overdue. With a keystroke, I triggered the scheduled release. Leaked audio from Marcus's company, where he and Vanessa discussed insider trades tied to biotech stock. A paper trail of misused investor funds, channeled into luxury purchases, offshore accounts, even the mansion he boasted about. Screenshots, emails, digital logs. All of it legal. All of it traceable. All of it saved by Isabel, the assistant they once called invisible. By the time Marcus called me, his voice was shrill. You set us up. You think you've won. No, Marcus, I replied calmly. I know I have. He raged. Threatened lawsuits. Claimed fraud. I sipped my drink. Your own signatures are on the original NDAs. Isabel gave you both a chance to do the right thing. You laughed. Vanessa texted Isabel later that night. I know we were wrong. Please don't destroy everything. I don't deserve pity, but I'm begging you to stop. Isabel forwarded it to me without a word. I replied with one. No. A fall. Within 72 hours. Marcus's board suspended him. The SEC froze all assets tied to the shell companies. Vanessa's company terminated her with immediate effect. By week's end, both their reputations were poison. 2 weeks later a letter arrived. From Marcus. Handwritten. You were always better. I destroyed everything. I mocked Isabel. And now I see she was the only one who ever grew. Please stop this. I have nothing left. I handed it to Isabel. She read it, folded it neatly, and set it in the fireplace. Closure isn't about giving them peace, she said. It's about not letting their ashes stain our future. Later that week, Vanessa showed up at our apartment. Tears. No makeup. No entourage. Just guilt. I didn't come to grovel, she whispered. I came because I saw you. And I remembered what safe felt like. I ruined it. I let her speak. Then I shook my head gently. Vanessa, I didn't replace you. I built something better, without you. And I closed the door. Peace over revenge. 6 months later I turned 40. No party. No spotlight. Just me, Isabel, and a quiet toast under the stars. She handed me a red envelope. Inside. A photo of me at 28. Suit and tie. Standing alone. A man abandoned. On the back she'd written. You weren't broken. You were just becoming. I raised my glass. To betrayal, I said, smiling. Because sometimes it sets you free. Epilogue. Dust in the wind. Marcus eventually struck a plea deal. He'd serve time then vanish. Vanessa resurfaced in a small town, working retail under a fake last name. Me. I built something real. No theatrics. No revenge tour. Just a life so rich in peace, their names stopped mattering. Because the best revenge is no longer needing one. Would you have done the same? Share your thoughts below. Like the story. Subscribe for more true tales of betrayal, justice, and rising from the ashes. Because here, every lie meets its reckoning, and every betrayal leaves a shadow.